And we're live. Welcome to I Drink and I Know Things, episode number 20. Is it okay to be a white knight? Does that make you a cuck? Are you a piece of shit for defending the honor of someone else? That and more on tonight's episode. Jensen, you came up with this idea. Why?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm starting to lose what little control I have with understanding society nowadays. I was brought up a certain way, okay? I was brought up to be a gentleman. You can sit there and give it with all of this toxic masculinity crap until you're blue in the face. I don't care. I was brought up this way because I know that what I'm doing is the right way to be around people. But now society is telling me that helping other people is a bad thing. What the fuck is wrong with society?
Yeah,
Okay,
but
I'm
there's
going to get blunt. What the fuck is wrong with this world when doing the right thing is now the wrong thing? Someone else's go.
well, I think one of the things that when it's a good question to ask. But if you want to know what's happened, all right, you got to go back to the past. When did we start acting differently? Well, the primary reason we started acting differently here in the United States goes back to the '60s. Okay, and I'm not talking about the civil rights marches, right? I'm talking about the other crap that was going on, where it starts with the ERA. It starts with um, this calling cops, right, or police officers, cops and pigs, right? Because we're going to stand up for our rights. We've been abused and everything. We're going to start standing up. So we're going to start acting dishonorably, all right? And it was being taught to do this in the colleges. Now, if you want to talk about the civil rights movement, that's fine. But when you started going in there, we can protest anywhere and everywhere about anything we don't like, and this is how we get where we want is by being a pain in the ass, right? By treating other people poorly. This is where all this stuff began to ball. And then you add into the fact that you got all these freaking psychobabblists telling things like, well, you shouldn't tell your young son that big boys don't cry. That's stunting his emotional growth. Oh, women, you should be sexually liberated. You should be able to sleep around. After all, that's all what guys always did. As if all the guys were basically male sluts, right? Sleeping around with anybody and everybody, and somehow the women were missing out, right? This has had an effect on our society as a whole. And then you combine that with the don't be too much like this. Don't be too much like this. So you have a lack of respect from people. People don't think that they have to respect another human being. All right. And at the same time, you're telling men, well, go ahead and live by your emotions. You should be just as emotional as a woman. And then you tell the women, oh, but you're just the same as a man. You can do whatever a man can do. You can act just like a man does without the consequence of saying, yeah, part of that acting like a man was the stiff upper lip and being in control of his emotions. When have you seen women stressing to other women, hey, bitch, you got to settle down. Hey, woman, you got to sit up there and control yourself? Do you see that happening anywhere? Hell no. And so you wonder
No,
what's going
they
on with
cheer it
that.
on. It's actually quite the opposite. They cheer it on. But at the beginning of your rant, all I could think of is, did he just fucking say ERA instead of NWA? ERA stands for Earned Run Average. NWA,
The
that
ERA
Mixed
was
vouchers.
was the Equal Rights Amendment. You don't
it's
remember
Earned
those
Run Average. Baseball, man, come on.
Yeah, okay. I don't think so. But you end up with this situation where men are not developing correctly. They're keeping them as infantile as possible, and then they have the audacity to go, why are so many women getting abused by men? Well, basically men can't control themselves, and you told them they shouldn't have to. and then you're wondering why. You have the audacity to stand there and look at this situation and go, what happened to our society? These men are evil. They're all rapists. They're all this. Okay, if you want to sit up there and say that, that's fine. My comment back is going to be, no, it isn't that so much as you're just all sluts. You're just all freaking whores. You don't give a shit about yourself. You want men to treat you exactly as you act. Okay, you're being treated like a hut and a slore, a slut and a whore. Why would you expect to be treated any differently?
I didn't
Completely
know
agree
this
with
was
you,
your extreme.
Well, no, and the thing is, MC, when you see a woman like 5'4", 105 pounds, hitting and slapping a man that's 6 feet tall, 220, 230, and he's actually just not doing anything back, he doesn't get any fucking credit. He could level that chick in a fucking second.
And he probably should have in that situation.
Equal
Right.
rights and left, after all.
He probably should have thrown an elbow and put her completely on the ground.
What?
Well, he's talking about back. He's talking about that what was it? By many means necessary Bizzo that was hitting that guy that was holding a sign.
Oh, I haven't seen much of her recently. I think she's up to her. One more strike and she's out in California.
What do you mean one more strike? She should have been in jail already.
No. She was put in jail twice. She was arrested twice, but I thought California still had a three-strike rule.
But they haven't thrown her. They haven't thrown the book at her. They should have thrown the book at her already. But the kind of assault that she was doing on that guy was enough to where she should have gone to jail for a few years. All right, not let out on her own recognizance.
Well, memes. If you want to go by the baseball analogy, the strike is the felony, and the misdemeanors are balls. So she probably got the balls.
Oh,
instead
so
of the
she
strike.
got the balls.
But the reality is if she's going to demand, if you're going to play that game of equal rights, okay, well then why is she still walking around? If another guy had done that, he would be in jail.
Yeah, MC. What?
If another
would
guy
the likely outcome have been if the role was reversed?
What do you mean? What would the outcome have been?
If a 5'4", 105-pound gal on average is hitting a guy that's like 6 foot, like 200 pounds, if you reverse the aggression, do you not think there may have been more loss?
No one's saying we'll reverse the aggression.
Okay.
If the aggression was reversed, whether the guy was hitting another guy, even of equal weight, in front of a cop, the cop would have arrested him and he would have gone to jail with a felony. It wouldn't have been ignored. It wouldn't have been just blown off. You got to remember, there were cops all around there, and the guy's like, "Why aren't you doing something? Why aren't you getting this crazy freaking bitch off of me?"
The prime example of this over here in the UK, basically, a woman was basically completely avoided jail for drunk driving and causing, I think she caused a crash as well. Mm-hmm. And the judge, a female judge, said, "Oh, if you were a man, you would have gone to jail."
I think Omegon did a video on that.
Yep.
Well, no, and I'm reading the chat. What's up, Aunt Jack? He says, gentleman defends the honor of a woman and others, while white knights defend the bad behavior of spoiled little brats. Also, Hi all. Well, hi, Aunt Jack. Jensen, is that what you imagine white knighting to be? Protecting the honor of spoiled little millennial fucking crybabies like some people I fucking know that I'm not going to get started on, but I want to.
Right. My answer. Okay. The problem is that we have now changed the term white knight to mean something. Okay, and gentleman is now considered one very small step away from a swear word. You are not even allowed to actually define yourself as a gentleman. Right now, this is my own words, I am a gentleman. If people have a problem with this, step up and find out what happens when I stop being a gentleman.
I thought you were just a degenerate pervert who liked to fantasize about eating people.
No, that happens when the gentleman part of me is put to one side.
No, but he's right about the gentleman part. You're not trying to teach guys, you're not trying to teach boys to be gentlemen.
And
You're not stressing it in schools. You're not stressing it in any way, shape, or form. In fact, the preferred method to deal with a rambunctious behavior isn't saying, "Hey, act like a gentleman." No, the preferred method is to let's give them freaking Ritalin or some other freaking drug, all right, so that they're freaking zonked out of their minds. That way, we can control them.
Wait, so you're suggesting getting kids high is a better solution?
Yeah, meth for the kids, meth for the children.
That just doesn't sound good.
Really? It doesn't sound good. It isn't good.
It's what society does. Sorry to interrupt.
But I mean, here's another thing as well. It's like whenever a man acts as a gentleman, it's like some women freak out over it, especially feminists. So you hold a door open for a feminist, I'll give you the fucking death glare. Fucking death glare. It's like, bitch, I'm being fucking polite and opening the cunting door for you. I'm not trying to fucking rape you.
Well, you could do that for anybody.
Yeah.
I generally, if I know somebody's within a certain range, it's like I try to hold the door open if I can.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I do that for any fucking person. But the thing is, that if you do it for like certain types of fucking women, they'll spurg out. So, oh no, don't you hold the door for me? It's like, but I'm being polite, you cunt.
Do you respond that way, or you just kind of look at her with a confused look on your face and just blink a couple of times?
So that's justification for her to go freaking out?
Yeah. Pretty much the same seems we thinks fuck's sake, words are hard. Cunt.
Oh. Well, I mean, I'll share a story that I don't know if it's a similar story, but all I know is I was leaving Dunkin' Donuts because America runs on Dunkin's one day. And as I pulled out taking a right-hand turn into 2 lanes of traffic, I noticed all of a sudden in my rearview mirror, I saw a vehicle swerve to the side and then in front of me. And then as I was coming up to take like a forced right-hand turn, the car parks. A young lady gets out. She proceeds to get out and start excoriating me, saying how I cut her off and everything, even though according to my recollection, and I'm pretty sure the Dunkin' Donuts surveillance tape as well, I saw a vehicle that was coming from another street that was probably a solid like 150, 200 yards away. In order for that same car to reach me at that point, there must have been a very heavy foot on the accelerator, combined with the fact that somebody may or may not have been texting while driving. And then basically missing me at the last moment. I was told how it was my fault. And I'm like, wow, you're very angry. And then she proceeded to kind of get a little bit more angry as well. And some more words happened. I continued to sip my coffee and my cigarette, and folks behind me are kind of looking at the situation going, what the hell is going on? And she eventually got back into her car. And as we went along, I took a left-hand turn, and then I saw the same car loop around another parking lot. And as I was outside my work area, the facility itself, basically on just public area, I parked, continued to finish my cigarette and coffee, and then she got up again, followed me back down there, started excoriating me again, telling me how if she wasn't such a good person, she would hit me. And the whole time I'm there, I'm like, maybe I should be recording this. This seems somewhat entertaining. And she's like, well, are you mentally handicapped? And I'm like, no, but I work with kids that at times have mentally handicaps. And after I said that, she seemed to get a little angrier. And she's like, I hope you die of cancer. I'm like, well, that's not a very nice thing to say. And she eventually just stormed off and left.
See, that goes on to the quite a lot of entitlement we have in society these days, where people seem to think they just earn things and they have no responsibility for their own fucking actions.
Yeah. I actually cannot disagree with you whatsoever there, sir. It's the complete lack of responsibility for a person's actions nowadays. That is the bit that drives me up the wall.
I mean, I'll give a prime example of this. My situation with my daughter and her birthing vessel. fucking bitch just does not take any responsibility for her own actions, will blame other people, comes up with God knows what sort of fucking excuses for her piss poor behaviour, and can't just hold her hand and go, yes, I'm being a cunt. No, it's other people's fucking behaviour. It's other people doing things, not her. It's not her being a dickhead, it's someone else.
Well, isn't that usually an excuse that sometimes children will use?
Yeah, pretty much so, and it's also part of narcissism because they're just incredibly haughty towards other people and like exploiting others.
Are we sure this isn't like a method of like self-defense mentally or physically, kind of like a cat when it like puffs itself up and has its tail and its hair stands on it? It's trying to look bigger than it actually is because it's afraid of getting eaten.
No, most of the time it's because they just don't want to take any fucking responsibility because they think the sun shines out their ass.
I suppose you could put a flashlight up there, but that's not recommended. But then again, that's not natural light.
I don't know. I've seen people put lasers up their asses for
Right,
fucking
but the question is, the question still comes back to why, when somebody's trying to help somebody else, does somebody else have to jump in there and say you shouldn't be helping this person for whatever reason? How many times have you been called a white knight because you decided to go in on social media? All right, when somebody's being dogpiled and you're like, okay, I've had enough of the dogpiling, so you sit up there and step in.
I've been called
a white knight.
Yeah, I mean, I've been accused of being a white knight. It's like, but no, I'm just helping my friend being attacked by a bunch of fucking faggots.
See, I actually prefer being a white dragon, so hence the avatar and everything. It makes things easier because sometimes people like, oh, you're an on.
Shut up, memes.
What?
You damn racist.
Who?
Oh, it's always white with you, memes. Racist.
Well, I have blue eyes.
No. No.
It's the Aryan dragon.
Well, I know. Actually, that's one of the reasons I claim this avatar. I'm like, this is. You can join the control alt-right.
No. But I kind of did want to pivot to social media because that's where you see white knight thrown around left, right, and center, right? So what is being a white knight on social media? Let's get that down. That definition first. What is it?
Well, most of the time people use the term white knight to describe someone who's defending someone just for the intention of hoping that said woman will allow them to dick her. That's pretty much been the definition of white knight.
Wait, hold on. No, that sounds sexist.
No, because the term white knight is regarded men who will step in to defend the honor of a woman in hoping that they probably will get some pussy.
That sounds very sexist and misogynistic.
Don't give a shit.
Coming from the Aryan dragon.
Yeah.
Can't believe a word you say, you Nazi scum.
Hey, it's coming from the control alt-right. Furries are welcome.
Furries aren't welcome anywhere, degenerate bastards.
Hey, everyone needs representation.
No, but MC, is that what you think a white knight is on social media? What do you think?
I think a white knight is someone when the way that has been described recently is someone that comes in unwanted, all right, to help somebody in a conversation because you agree with them. Specifically, they're part of your quote unquote. I hate this term, but they're part of your tribe. So you're going out there to defend your tribe.
Yeah, let's stop right there. All right. So when Scooby went after Tema, was I white knighting for her when I made that stream? I suppose I was, huh?
Possibly to a point, but then again, was she getting dogpiled and by not just Scooby but a bunch of other people?
Yeah, absolutely. And then we dogpiled them back and won the fight. But that's besides the point. Where was I wrong in that then? Where is it wrong to defend your friends? Why is that a vice?
It is a problem because it shouldn't be a vice to defend your friends. All right. At the same time, you also have to be willing to tell your friend when they're wrong. All right. Now, that doesn't apply in this case. All right. Obviously, but that's another aspect of it when people say, okay, a person's wrong and you defend them when they're wrong. For example, what a lot of people initially did with Kraut. And they started defending Kraut when they knew Kraut was wrong. when a lot of people, defend Candace Owens when they know Candace Owens is wrong. Right? I mean, let's be perfectly blunt here. She was running a doxing service. That's what she was trying to create. Anybody who says that, no, that's not what she was doing. No, that pretty much is what she was doing. Let's be perfectly honest.
Well, I mean, but now she says things that many folks that were antagonistic to her back in the day now agree with.
Well, no, that's true, but at the same time, are you agreeing with her because she's part of your tribe, or are you just letting it go because you're seeing if she's going to change, right?
Well,
now, the thing is with Candace Owens, let's be honest, she's a young person. She's not an older person. She's not she's fairly young. So therefore she has room for growth. She has room for actually changing what her viewpoints were, all right, because of new circumstances and stuff have made her, quote unquote, see the light of what the world is actually like. That's why I'm not an anti Candace Owens person. But at the same time, I haven't forgotten that she did a doxing server. And if she starts doing similar kind of activities, as far as I'm concerned, from the right side, we'll just use that as for right now, for lack of a better term, then I'm going to jump on her for that too.
Well, then you're being ideologically consistent. And according to the 727 million terms that Google has responded with in 0.52 seconds, according to Urban Dictionary, white knight, number one, a man who stands up for a woman's right to be an absolute equal, but then steps up like a white knight to rescue her at any time equality becomes a burden. According to the dictionary from Google, white knight, noun, a person or thing that comes to someone's aid. A person or company making an acceptable counteroffer for a company facing a hostile takeover bid. Oh, that's an example. Okay.
A lot of times it's used to describe somebody who will deliberately goes out the way to defend somebody whose position is quite clearly in the wrong, specifically a female position, a female's position.
Why does it have to be a white knight? Why can't it be like the Dark Knight?
It's parodying what the White Knight was like in fairy stories.
It's referring to Lancelot.
It's parodying it. Yeah.
But the thing is, though, like, okay, I get it. It's usually a man defending a woman. Why is that necessarily bad? And sometimes what we think is clearly the wrong argument, others believe is correct.
Well, that's because what they're taking it from. No, it's like if you're defending, like if somebody's like your brother or sister and they're getting ragged on for something, it makes sense. If like their brother or sister comes to their aid. But if you're talking about social media where you don't have all that context, you don't have all the facial, the verbal cues, and you're dealing with 140 to 280 characters, you have no idea who these other people are, especially if they have an anime avatar, a superhero avatar, or even a hat. You're like, you don't know any of the backstory or anything. You just think this is just a rando out there. So you treat them like you would, many people do, randos.
Yeah, I hate people who've got superhero avatars. I think it's stupid.
Oh, I like Christians.
My problem with this whole thing is the fact that society is now actually saying, doing that which we know to be the correct thing, because at least some of us were brought up to be gentlemen. We are now being taught that we are the bad guy for doing what is right. No. That just shows society is screwed, not us.
Well, that's been true for a few years. But yeah, standing up to defend somebody who needs defending, it is a decent thing. It used to be looked upon as decent. Now it's looked upon as white knighting. It's the term has taken on a life of its own and is stretching into things which it didn't originally mean.
I think one of the issues is, I mean, no one can tell what's in another person's head nor heart. But at the same time, we've kind of incentivized folks to just kind of go along to get along in a way. It's like, oh, this seems to be popular. Everyone else is saying this. Let me just say something similar. Oh, look, there's a like. Oh, a little bit of dopamine. Oh, oh, I got another follower, a subscriber here. Ooh, more dopamine. We've incentivized it.
Oh, you're wrong there, means that the shadow knows.
The what?
The shadow knows.
Oh, the Shadow Realm?
Well, no, and the thing is,
Shadow knows.
Yeah, but memes. Here's the thing, though. All right, isn't it necessarily bad to be the gentleman and to quote unquote white knight? Maybe not. But on the other hand, the same women you're white knighting for are arguing for equality. Shouldn't they stand on their own?
Are they? I think everyone's an individual.
They only want equality when it suits them, or the ones that are arguing like that.
Yeah, the ones that get white knighted tend to be the fucking absolute fucking psychos who would rather have men in camps. Those are the sort of fucking cunts who get white knighted by fucking soy boy male feminists hoping to get a crumb of pussy.
Yeah, Dodge, I think you need to understand the difference between chivalry, which is being just a generally nice person to someone of the opposite sex who you do not know.
Chivalry is medieval combat etiquette.
Chivalry is specifically horse combat.
Yeah.
We're going to have
That's cavalry, you monkey.
That's where the word comes from, you wanker.
Is it more like dressage?
Yeah. Anyway, so fucking being nice to a fucking stranger by opening the fucking door, that's chivalrous, right? White knighting is when you go and say that Brie Larson's got a flat ass and then some fucking poof the soy boy comes along and goes, that's not nice. You've got to be nice to her because she's got boobies. No, dickhead. No, she doesn't have an ass. She does have an element of tits, mosquito bites.
No, they're not tits. They're not tits. It's just the costume's got baggy.
Or they put a bit of tissue in there to pad it up a bit.
Yeah, it's got a face like a slap fucking putty.
Wait, are we going back to asking if Hulk Hogan is stuffing his drawers with socks?
No, but the massive difference is, right, the Sheila that you open the door for might not necessarily want this equality bullshit. She might want to be a pink-wearing girly girl kind of thing. She might actually think, that's very nice of you, thank you very much. She might think the absolute opposite, don't you fucking open the door for me because I'm a fucking lesbian, or some fucking bullshit like that. That's the difference between white knighting and being chivalrous.
Well, should we care about every single thing another person says or thinks?
Well, obviously, fucking Clover Moore, the Lord Mayor of Sydney, doesn't give a fuck what anybody thinks, because she's now saying that disabled people can't be called disabled anymore. They're action access seekers. Slutbag, it was seeking the fucking action that made me a fucking cripple, you bitch.
What the fuck? All I did is I went to go take a piss and I come back and we're disabled people.
I addressed you this whole fucking thing and you weren't even fucking here to hear it. Fucking Jesus.
That's right. Yeah. That's how I roll.
One of my friends on Facebook went on about that because she's disabled herself. I said, no, I prefer to be just called disabled because obviously there's things I can't fucking do properly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm fucking disabled, you idiots. I'm not differently abled or whatever. Everyone's fucking differently able to different fucking things.
Yes.
Differently.
You are differently able.
No human can do.
You're able to do things differently.
Yeah. Differently able. That's Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's not differently able because he's a fucking alien. He's not human, so he's not differently abled. He's fucking different species.
Yeah. I want to say hi to the chat.
No, a prime example of differently able would be the Flash.
Real quick, guys, we got Ryan Cole in chat. What's up, Ryan? Straight Sith is here. How you doing, buddy? There's a few other people. Williams up in there. What's up? My favorite fucking troll.
He's a good guy. Williams up in there.
Yeah. And Jamesy, I think that's how you say it. What's up, man? How you guys doing? No, is it okay to be a white knight? Is it okay to defend your friends? I would say yes. Now, defending Anita Sarkeesian,
That's not white
I don't know.
That isn't white knighting. White
Yeah.
knighting is when you go to defend someone's honour in expectation of something in return, like getting your dick sucked or something.
Yeah, specifically defending somebody's honour when they're
For
clearly in the wrong.
Yeah, it's like prime example I pointed out earlier. It's like when say it's like a feminist is pointing, spewing some absolute bollocks, and a male feminist comes along, fucking white knighting the shite out of them, and then hoping he'll
You're
get
not
some
allowed
pussy.
to argue with her. She's a girl.
Yeah, it's like fuck off. I'll like you with whichever cunt I want, and this bitch is spouting shite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the only time it's acceptable to be a white knight is if you're in a medieval reenactment society.
Hey, to be fair, I have been to a pirate and gypsy festival, so they got kicked out of the Renaissance Fair because they were too hardcore. So
you do look a bit like a pirate, man.
I thought he looked more like a gypsy.
Well, gypsy pirate.
I think that's derogatory. I think he just
Did you just call him Romanian?
No,
What are you white knighting for Dodge?
No,
I
I
told
called
him if we called you a jipper
I called him a gibbo.
or pikey.
No, you don't call it a
no
pikey, man. That's
Pikey.
too far.
I ain't no pikey. Fuck you.
Hey, Mad, I'll be honest here. I will buy the clothes pegs off you.
Hey, I could use a new caravan though. Oh shit.
So Dodge, you go around collecting scrap metal from people's houses?
Just copper wire.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, Mad dodges frequently see on church roofs sneaking the lead.
Yeah. Or stealing drain pipes.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I shit you fucking not. There was when I used to live in Harrogate where my mum lives. Fucking, I went to there was an exotic pet shop there, and I shit you not, there was a load of gypsies on the common ground just across from where the shop was, and they actually fucking nicked the drain pipe to the shop and caused a flood in the shop.
I've actually seen Mad Dodge getting people to say washing off the line when it's been dry, and then making a run for it.
That's not a jipper thing. That's also a pervert thing. If you want to sniff someone's underwear.
Yeah, but not when they just go for brand new jeans.
Whoa, this is getting weird. Full stop, people. Wheel the caravan back a few feet.
You're the fuck who lives in the trailer.
Hey, you know what?
So that does technically make you a gypsy.
You know what the difference between a gypsy and a settler is, don't you? When the Indians turned up, the settlers put the caravans in a circle. With the gypsies, when the Indians turned up, the gypsies hide the caravans and nick the Indian stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not if you want the Indians.
Okay, so white knighting then would be the negative term then. So like
white knighting is basically jumping in to protect somebody whether they need to or not, just because they're female. That's the generally accepted term.
Can we even discuss this if we can't agree on a definition?
Well, that's why I was trying to get that down.
Yeah.
Hammered Spud in the chat. What's up, Spud? He says in medieval times, all knights were white. ...
Even
take that
even the Black Knight.
No, I don't think that's true.
What about if the knight was actually a black man?
That's very fair.
That's
Your arms off.
There wouldn't be.
How about you?
Because to be a knight, you had to be from the nobility.
No.
Yeah.
No, you're wrong. Sorry, you're wrong.
Pretty sure they had to be from nobility.
No, you could actually earn your knighthood by fighting it in combat and stuff.
Yes. You were basically brevet knight, then given full knighthood from there on. At that point, you became nobility. That's why I was trying to be careful with disagreeing with you, because, yes, all knights are nobility, but not all knights came from nobility.
Fair enough. Well, I don't think you would have had, there would be any like black, Afro-Caribbean types.
Yes.
Knights.
Yes, Yes, there
There were
was.
Saracens,
Yes, there was.
especially after the Moors took parts of Spain. There were some Saracens
Well,
that were.
learn something new every day, don't you?
Yep, this is what I'm trying to say, guys. As part of the Knights of the Round Table, yes, I know, fictional group, but yet again also considered the premier definition of knightly behaviour. One of them was actually a Moor who was brought in and, black as the Ace of Spades, was treated with just as much respect. In fact, more so, because he generally kicked the living snot out of anyone who tried to.
But
Oh yes, but you're the Moor.
I do believe you had to convert to Catholicism, though, to be a knight, right?
Arguable.
First I've heard of that one.
I have a single question for Jensen. Jensen, is the solution to most of our problems trial by combat?
Oh please,
no,
that would
no,
be so good.
no. Trial by wombat.
Trial by drop bear, yeah.
No,
Drop bears are koalas.
No, we still used to have that. But back in only about 2 decades ago, the actual threat of actually having your head punched in for being fucking stupid used to be a thing. And guess what? We didn't have as many dumb cunts back then.
Yeah, this is true.
I'm not trying to suggest
But
that
then
the
again,
mic is right, is correct. But I hate to break it to you, it was a damn sight politer society. I mean, honestly, if you actually took 500 random dickwits of this world right now and put them back into the more, knightly societies, they would be lucky if they found themselves not nailed up to a wall for being witches.
so during the age where Julie was accepted, and lawful, it was actually more violent because people were dueling at the drop of a hat.
Well, you could.
Prime example, if you look at the Wild West, they'd shoot the shit out of each other.
Yeah, but the difference in
Wait,
the Old
real
West
quick.
is it was considered a fair fight if the other guy was asleep, as long as he had a gun on him.
Well, no, and real quick, Cameron Spud, I know you were being a smart ass, dude. Come on now.
But I'd actually love to see that some fucking soy boy cunts and some fucking weirdo women from this time go back into the fucking Middle Ages and like, yes, we're gay and we're witches and we're werewolves and we're, hey, what are you doing? You can't do that. Oh, shit, what's with that? What's with the
Yeah,
you can't do that. Yeah, watch us, cunt.
Yeah, just stick them with a load of fucking Vikings and watch them get raped and pillaged.
No. If I have an invent a time machine and I go back in the past and I find sparkly vampires, I'm just gonna kill myself. All
If
right.
I have a time machine, man, there's only one use for a time machine. That's to play practical jokes on famous historical figures.
Put a whoopee cushion underneath Albert Einstein.
What you do is you go back in time to the Gobi Desert, find Marco Polo's camp while he got separated, right? Lob a couple of anesthetic grenades in while he's asleep. You strip him of his clothing and leave him there dressed in a chicken outfit.
Well, could you imagine going back and actually being able to talk to some of these people, though?
You couldn't.
I couldn't
Yeah,
talk to Alexander the Great. I don't know fucking Greek, but I can go back and talk to, Winston Churchill. Go fucking have a whiskey and Coke with him. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, you'd end up in a prison if you tried.
He'd probably tell you to fuck off, though, Dodge.
Come on, MD.
I shall bite you in the features, sir.
We have enough trouble trying to understand Batman.
Sorry, what was that means? Didn't understand you there.
Oh, exactly.
What?
You're speaking Nazi again. Stop speaking German.
What? No, 9.
There he goes again. You only go back 100 years and you start to have difficulty understanding what people are saying.
Mm-hmm.
You go back 200 years and the difficulty gets worse. 300 years, you probably wouldn't be able to understand anything.
Oh, right.
No.
English.
That's English. Yeah, that's just.
Could you imagine trying to talk? Even you guys. Could you imagine being in London in the 1500s and trying to talk to them?
Wouldn't be able
Even
to.
you guys wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, that's right.
Well,
Because
well,
there's
my
Gaelic and
first-
Celtic and all that shit in there now.
I think my first work was in the 1500s in London. Forsooth, thou art a cockney. How about thee?
I just walk
Cockneys were
around.
around back then.
I would just walk around and be like, beer, beer. Do you understand? Beer. Like, where is the pub?
People are running away because they think you're shouting bear.
Yep. You don't say mad. If you're ever in this situation, the word you're looking for is ale. You
Mhm.
understand?
Oh, there you go.
Hot
Yeah.
beer. Beer did not exist. You say ale.
You'll have somebody point you to the forest and be like, "Oh, that way."
No, the Egyptians invented beer. The beer did exist.
Call
Yeah,
it
I
beer,
don't think
though.
they used
They
the
didn't
word.
call it beer.
Yeah, it's called mead.
No, mead's totally different. Mead is more like wine.
Okay, something with alcohol in it. God damn it! I don't want to drink the water.
Yeah, well, Egyptian beer was basically a liquefied form of bread. There's
That's
fair
really-
difference.
No, it was what we
Fuck's
would
sake.
call beer these days.
Oh, I thought that was Guinness.
Back in the 80s, one of the local breweries used this recipe they actually found in the Tomb of Tutankhamun to brew some beer. And my God, it was delicious.
Hammered Spud in the chat says Churchill versus Mad Dodge, most epic drinking match ever. I'm up for the challenge. I think Churchill could probably take me down though.
Oh,
Well,
absolutely.
one of the two would die of alcohol poisoning. The other one would go on to lead England in the Second World War.
Who has
I would meet Mad Dodge.
Hey
Dodge,
man.
you do realise that drinking game would continue to his bathroom, where he will have a bath in front of you with a gin and tonic, going, "Yes, keep up with me, bitch."
Yeah, I know that's
You
weird,
forgot the
right?
cigar.
Who's your father now?
Churchill was a weird guy. There's a
I'm going
story
to
of
bend
him
you
at
over the
White House.
table and drape you.
Yeah, no, there's a story of him at the White House. He walks out of his bedroom stark naked. Like, dude, there's FDR like, man, what the fuck? He's got a whiskey in his hand and a cigar in his mouth, and he's fucking butt-ass naked in the White House. Like, dude, go get some clothes on.
Well, he
come
definitely
on.
was. He definitely wasn't no fucking white knight. There's another story where he was at a function and this Sheila came up to him and said, "My gosh, you're the most sloshed person I've ever seen." He goes, "Yes,
No, you're
well,
drunk.
Yes. However, tomorrow I'll be sober, and tomorrow you'll still be ugly." So,
Oh,
My hero.
it's hard.
Yeah, Winston is the only way to talk to your mother.
Churchill was a pimp. Can we all agree on that?
Hold on.
Yeah.
I had heard that a lot of some of his most famous speeches were actually done by the man who dubbed Winnie the Pooh because he was so fucked up on like cognac and champagne.
No.
He was a whiskey man, get it right. But yeah, some of those speeches were done by somebody else. I heard that too.
How do you not know it was Pooh Bear?
Because we're intelligent. It wasn't.
Prove me wrong.
I think all the speaks. The Winnie the Pooh fucking dub was American for a start.
No, it was a guy from the BBC.
because
No, Winnie the Pooh was written by an Englishman.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh was written by an Englishman, but the only time we actually heard Winnie the Pooh talk, I believe, is when it was done by Walt Disney.
Yeah.
yeah, but memes, we don't take our history lessons from Robin Williams. I saw that special.
Hey, that's where I get a lot of history from.
Explains a lot.
Aunt Jack in the chat says, "Name a great person in history who wasn't a weirdo." Can you do it? I don't know.
Well, there was what about? No, I've got nothing.
No.
Mitt Romney.
He said great person, not
Yeah.
great
History.
Yeah, he's not Mitt the Great. All right.
He's Mitt the Tit.
He's Mitt the Moderate.
Mitt Romney.
Yeah, Mitt Center fucking sit on the fence. Oh, that's why memes thinks he's great. Never mind.
Right. Taking this back to what this original question was, what the fuck is wrong with this world when being a gentleman is now considered bad?
Well, it
In
depends
fact,
what you mean by
it's now
gentleman.
toxic?
If you mean somebody who minds their manners, tries to be polite, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're on about a classical gentleman, that's basically an upper class mustache twirling bastard who'd sell his mother for 5p.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's why I was trying to make it clear that it was the moral gentleman, not the rank given to you by society and or your birth.
Yeah. Yes, sir, you're not a gentleman.
Yeah, I think a lot of what we see going on is because we literally are living in our own worlds. And by that, I mean that what we take in based upon our experience, whether it's through social media or our own personal interactions with folks that we have, we're viewing it through those particular lenses as well. And when we interact with other folks, depending on what may have just happened, you don't know. Maybe that person you're holding the door for some reason, all of a sudden, maybe their parent just died or something like that. And like you had a smile on your face and they're depressed, and that was something that just kind of set them off. And then if we enter into combative states where things just escalate and it's he said, she said, it's your fault, rather than just saying, oh, here's my story, because you can't tell the person you just meet, you can't tell their entire life story and everything. I mean, that'd be like petabytes of data and shit. And I don't think we quite have that technology yet.
Agreed. Last person that was that kind of prick with me when I held the door open for them. Who the hell do you think you're holding the door open for? So I walked through, slammed it in their face, and broke their nose. Oh dear, how sad. Never mind.
That's the correct response for that.
Yeah.
Seems a little overly zealous.
Why?
Back when
I slammed the door behind myself. Nothing wrong with that. It's not my fault.
I had a
So they were
similar
right
experience.
behind me.
I had a similar experience, Jensen, but my response was, well, I'm holding it for you because you're too weak, feeling stupid to do it for yourself.
Well, I used to
That's a
get
good
this.
one.
I used to get this one every now and then, fucking in the transport industry and all this. You'd have the little girl from the office come out and explain that to all these big ass blokes, oh, I can do anything a man can do. And I'd just simply go, right, pick up that box. And you should hear all the bullshit excuses. Oh, that's not my job. Don't care. Pick it up. Oh, but they'll get dirty. I don't care. Pick it up. No, you're not as good as me, can you? Because you can't pick up the fucking box. Shut the fuck up. Go back in the office.
Yeah.
Well, no, and let's cut right to it then. Are we living in a clown world where everything is upside down?
Yes.
Well,
I have said this before. We have gone Mandela effect. I know
There's only
people sit and take the piss out of me with this, but this is not the same goddamn world
there's only
I
one.
joined up to protect.
There's
Go on,
only
man.
one. There's only one fucking thing to say, isn't there?
Oh my God, I'm tripping with the Brady's.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we are living in a clown world, and they all jizzed all over Brie Larson's face. We've got video evidence of that.
Yeah, it looks like it's run from the flesh away as well.
Is it in the Mueller report?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a redacted part.
Paragraph 35, subsection 2.
Those bastards.
Yes, they are. Yes, the true emperor of the world is Ronald McDonald.
Well, no, and Straight Sith Male, I think, was saying yes to my question: do we live in a clown world? It seems like it.
No,
you keep watching the news, and you keep watching what.
Mad.
What is
I think-
YouTube anymore? And
I
like
think,
Twitter is going to totally change into like a Reddit style forum. Like that's not what Twitter is. What are you
Mad-
doing?
Mad, I
Everything
think,
is flipping upside down, Batman. It's all fucked, and I blame
think-
you.
I think Sith misheard you. Thought you said, do we live in a clone world?
Okay, but I
That's a
blame you.
valid point.
This is all Batman's fault. If Batman was doing his job, put up the bat signal. You haven't saved us yet.
Dodge, if I wasn't doing your dodge, you would have died for them cut breaks yesterday. The week before that assassin would have gotten you with a high-powered rifle.
Yeah, I want to word you about that, Batman. That assassin cost me a lot of money.
I didn't break him.
I didn't know you were paying for the bloody CIA and shit.
I'm not going out to Oregon until June.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Jensen. I didn't realize you wanted to use that assassin on memes.
Memes. It's Oregon, You better learn that.
Yeah, Oregon.
Oregon. Oregano.
You're both wrong. It's
No,
Oregon.
we all hate that. We even have bumper stickers that have Ori and then gun, like Gun. Oregon. Oregon.
Oregon.
A fusion between like
O-R-E.
iron ore and like Aragon.
So you want to pronounce it Oregon now?
Okay, hey, Batman, whenever there's a sniper aimed at memes, don't stop him. All right.
Okay. Yeah, but
Yeah.
you're both wrong. It's Oregon.
Yeah, I wouldn't be calling it Oregon from now on. You'll have all the abos coming over, think there's free piss.
As long as we can agree, it's clam chowder.
Chowder.
Yeah,
Chowder.
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 Say chowder.
Chowder.
Louder with chowder.
Louder with chowder. You got it.
Chowder with Crowder.
Wait, that sounds delicious.
Come on, that was good. Fuck all y'all. That was
Let-
good.
Louder with chowder sounds like a euphemism for spewing your guts up.
I think that's a Nick show. Yeah. No, there's a
No,
character named Chowder, I think.
Did anybody see the last Crowder episode where he had the two students arguing gun rights and they couldn't sit down next to each other or else they were going to reject the permit? The one student had to be outside the little freaking rope fence
What?
and the other could sit there. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Are we treating people like cats now?
Yes.
Pretty much. It's getting crazy, dude.
Because
Yes,
that
mate,
is literally
means-
how. Go
Means
on.
I need to take you to the. I need to take you to hospital to have you declawed.
Okay. No, because all I know is when Mrs. Memes had her cat when she was still in this world. My cat may or may not have raped her. So there was some hostility towards the cats. So they eventually said, "Well, put a barrier between them, let them see each other, and then slowly feed them and move the food closer and closer to each other." Is this what we really need to do with people? We need to have them staring, giving looks of death at each other while we feed them meatballs like a Lady in the Tramp.
Memes, you're not just glossing over the fact that your cat raped another cat.
I
What?
thought you said his cat raped his wife.
No, they accused my cat of giving her cat worms. But no, my cat didn't have worms, and her cat had to recover from worms.
I'm sorry, but it sounded to me like Memes just said that his cat raped his ex-wife.
And
That's
then he
what
had
I was
a-
thinking.
And
Yeah.
then he had to put a fucking barrier between them and then feed both of them and then let them get closer together. It's like she's got a manacle on her fucking leg in the basement.
No. She moved out before that part. We didn't get to that stage in the relationship.
Fucking hell.
What we're
Yeah,
talking about?
sometimes I think you're so pathetic. You're the type of guy that a woman finds. She'd go down to the basement and find you've moved in and manacle yourself to the sink.
No, just imagine this fight, Batman. There's memes. My cat didn't give your cat worms. My cat didn't rape your cat. Fuck your cat, motherfucker. I'm out. Like,
Well, no, that was the issue.
I think no one explained to you that cat sex is actually rape. It doesn't matter which way it goes. It's still fucking rape.
Well, more the point, animals don't actually rape. Animals do what comes natural. Rape is only a human creation.
Wait.
He's right.
Oh,
No,
so
good.
the next time I just jump on top of her, Sheila, bite her on the back of the neck, and then jam it up her if she doesn't, especially if she wasn't ready for it.
No. We
No,
we're enlightened and we live in a civil society of laws and stuff, so we got to
Hold
kind
on.
of be responsible.
Jensen said that rape is a human thing, and the party just admitted that he's not human.
Hey, I'm not judging what a person is. I'm merely pointing out that rape does not exist in the natural world. It is only a construct created by the hairless monkeys that like to think that they're in charge.
Can't
By
charge
that,
someone who
he's
doesn't
actually
exist.
He's by that he's not actually on about humans. There are in fact a species of hairless monkeys.
Well, them too.
Are we sure that there's not necessarily rape in the greater animal kingdom?
Giving memes.
Yes, actually.
No. 'Cause, sometimes you'll see like dogs and like they'll kind of be together, and then sometimes there'll be like a big kind of like aggressive dog, they'll kind of just jump and then it'll take off. And
Yeah, that's just the alphahood being defined amongst the group. That's all it is.
how is that necessarily different than humanity, aside from like human beings?
Because humanity decided to set up a whole series of rules and then promptly attempt to ignore them.
Well, as long as everyone understands the rules, we'll be fine.
Yeah, but when they're all ignoring the rules,
Oh, well, that leads to problems.
Then we'll call them
i.e.
Democrats.
what we've got right now with this world.
I'm not ignoring the rules. You just can't charge someone who doesn't exist. Blech.
Well,
That's
you exist. Your country is fake, but you're in a call center somewhere. Probably, I'm thinking India, but you know.
Yes,
I
yes,
might-
and over here you can rape a 4-year-old girl, and it is perfectly fine unless the crowds catch you.
Quick impersonation of a French church. Quick impersonation of a French church.
I don't get the reference.
Tutu.
Did you try to turn it off and back on again? Is it plugged in, sir?
Why are you doing an Irish accent, man?
Yeah,
Culturally appropriating his culture.
I can't do it. I really suck. That's why I need voiceover people. Hit me up.
Yeah, I've got this baseball bat with your name on, Mad. I'll hit you up.
Yeah, does it say "Go Dodgers" on it? That'd be ironic.
Funny you should mention that.
It has Dodge on it.
It has your name on it.
Nice. I'll autograph it for you if I survive.
Well, you will, kinda.
Well, you know, if I die, at least I have a cool new phone.
So,
I don't know if that would work.
so is
though. I mean,
that Dodge advocating violence there? How libertarian of you?
No, God is advocating violence against himself.
yeah, what's wrong with that? Come
Still
on now.
violence?
Everybody likes being beat up every now and
I thought masochism was banned in the UK.
No, not yet. They didn't activate the porn rules yet.
Fine.
Do you have a license to cut yourself, mate?
Now he's doing a Pakistani accent.
Yeah, you noticed that as well.
Hey, I was playing a refugee on TV.
Well,
Oh, good.
the wank license does come into effect on the 15th of July, I think it is.
Okay, cool.
Yep, so you'll
I
need
know
a
that it
license to
wasn't
wank.
out yet. That was all.
Yeah, 15th of July is apparently when the porn ban comes into effect.
Yeah, Jensen, if it's out, you've got to have a license for that.
So two quick questions here. Number one, when did they pass that porn license law?
When nobody was looking.
Early on
Yes.
in the year.
About a year. When did
No,
they
no.
pass
Last
Brexit?
year.
No, memes. here's the
Exactly.
thing.
Yep.
Something that was said that I think was missed. Okay, it was passed literally while no one else was looking. It's not like we actually had any say in it. Okay, just want that noted.
You guys don't have like C-SPAN or something?
Actually, well, we did have some saying some things apart from the fucking wank license.
Yeah,
Because I mean, they did want to ban certain sexual acts in pornography, like female ejaculation or fisting.
That's discriminatory.
Yeah.
What
they
happens if a gal happens to be more of a little bit more well lubricated? You're discriminating against people. Like that's an immutable characteristic for some folks.
no, because the woman should have already have had her clitoris removed. I mean, my God,
Huh.
what is wrong with you allowing women to enjoy sexual acts? What
Well,
kind of depraved monster are you?
No, I thought the G-spot had traveled from the outer to the inner, because you can usually like kind of tell. I thought.
Fucking no, it's just like
I'm not
Article
even-
13. Just like
not
Article 13. Fucking,
Yeah.
you just put a little bit of Hitler in your porn there, and then when they come around and bust you for having unlicensed porn, you go, "What? You wank over Hitler? You fucking weirdo! Oh, you're the weirdo that's wanking over Hitler. You fucking should arrest you, you cunt."
Wait, is that new sexuality?
Mm.
Well, he's saying that because he's Australian and they do wank over Hitler.
This is a Mad Dodge news alert. This is from Ant and Jack in the chat. And it's the damn penguins, people. Penguins are known to rape both male and female chicks as well. That was also used to, as examples of homosexuality in the animal world. We have raping gay Nazi penguins, folks.
I'm
This
waiting for them to try and prove that. Let's say ostriches try and transition from one sex to the other. That'll be next.
Wait, no, I thought they were part of the Earth.
What?
No, their head's in the ground. They're in the Earth.
Oh,
You're gonna have
fire.
well, they're part of the Earth because their head's stuck in the ground.
Fucking
Wait, do they even
smoking,
do that, or did I get
Meme.
trolled?
Memes, are you high?
Yes.
I'm ostensibly going to make myself a cup of tea. What I'm really going to do is go and bang my head against the kitchen wall for a few minutes.
Okay, mate, enjoy yourself.
Yeah,
I shall be
have
back
fun.
shortly.
Trying to give yourself too bad a concussion.
Okay, so memes. All right, is it white knighting when somebody sticks up for Anita Sarkeesian?
Yes.
Mhm.
It doesn't
I asked
have to
meme.
be.
It doesn't have to be. Explain.
Well, because I mean, you don't know what's in another person's head nor heart. We can't even agree upon a definition, so we're in the same spot as I don't know. I guess what Sargon and Richard Spencer. It's like, well, what do you mean by this? If we can't even agree on just a definition, it's like we're talking about different things. We each have a different idea of what we're talking about in our head, and to express that to another human being is difficult enough in person. To try to do that on scale, en masse, for hundreds, thousands, or even millions of people that you can't even see or just have any other interaction with. I mean, that's you're talking like an act of God there, man.
Let's expand upon that point. Jensen, what do you think about that? Memes does have a point, and I hate to say that. You know that. It's kind of painful. But he does have a point.
Right, here's the problem. Okay. Society has now set it up that the truth doesn't exist, your truth exists, which means any definitions only apply to the individual themselves, which means every single rule that we have set up technically no longer applies, because after all, I don't see it that way, and that's my truth. You can't argue with me because your rules say that my truth has prevalence. We have actually created a society that is not only eating itself from the inside out, it is literally crapping on the corpse and eating that as well, because it's our society. We decide what the rules are, and we don't like the rules, except we do like the rules. Literally everything is falling apart because there is no authority anymore. And I realize that some of you are at this point probably going to be screaming, authoritarians! No, it's not a case of authoritarians. Certain rules have to be set because otherwise society reverts to chaos. Welcome to chaos.
Well, what happened to the idea that a man is the king of his castle? What happened to the idea that when you have friends and family, even if they're online friends, it doesn't matter. What happened to coming to their aid and defense? When did that become a vice instead of a virtue? These are some real questions. Now, is that necessarily white knighting? Okay, just because Tema's a female and I backed her up in a couple of beefs, does that mean I white knighted for her? I believe she was right. I don't think that was white knighting.
White knighting is expecting something in return for defending someone.
But you don't defend somebody out of expecting something in return. You defend them out of loyalty and friendship.
Well,
Or you think their idea is correct.
That's what most people do, but most white knights generally tend to do it because they want to try and get some pussy.
Which means they are people without honor.
Yeah.
When did the connection? Is that the soy boy connection? We can call it.
That's just like sad, lonely blokes who think that if they respect the women's, they'll get some pussy.
Well, is
which in and of
is
itself is not showing respect to the women.
Well, no, and that's like the nice guy complex, right? I'm nice, therefore you should like me more,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I think a lot of what you got going on there is, I mean, to be fair, if you're going to use the term white knight, if you go back to the archetypical stories and stuff, if the hero goes out there and he saves the princess and stuff, what often happens? They get married. So, I mean, that might be what a lot of folks have in their heads for whatever reason. Does that necessarily make it wrong for doing what they think is right? And as far as what Jensen was wrapping up with there, I think the solution is we need better truth, lest we devour ourselves.
Yeah. Memes is actually correct, and I don't care if people want to take the piss out of that. This is one of those times that Memes has said the correct thing.
Mark it on your calendar, folks. We're gonna have a test here in about 6 months to see the last time Memes was correct, and you're gonna want to have this written down. No.
Well, we all
cute.
eaten ourselves from the inside out by then, though.
I like the fact he thinks the world's still going to be here in 6 months. That's adorable.
I don't know. I
We'd
might
have
try
a
and find
nuclear war by
man
then.
into the river at this point. That's about where I'm at. But hey, you know, it is what it is. Everybody needs a good swim. Anyway.
Personally, I reckon the major problem is that, like, while too many people back in the 80s were looking at people like me and worried about whether I was going to swear and be naughty and all this kind of stuff, they weren't looking after their own fucking children. So now you've got things like, you know, in Australia, you're a mate. Anybody's a mate. You help out your mates until they fuck you over and they can get fucked. But, like, take for instance, like what I do on the highway, come across some cunt broken down, I'll stop and I'll help. And then when they say, "Oh, do you want something for this?" And I was like, "No, just have a safe trip and fucking be careful when you pull back out in the traffic." That's all I want. Them to be safe and, you know, get on their bloody way and not be a hazard on the road. But, like, you get other people who are like, "Oh, he's doing this, he must want something." No.
Yeah, that's the modern outlook, isn't it?
You're a fucking mate. That's the difference. Oh, mate. Oh, that word means you want to fuck. No, it doesn't, you dumb fuck. Piss off.
No, that's interesting because
I just got the serious.
I don't know shit about cars, but I've stopped before and helped somebody, you know, go get gas, or, you know, maybe they need help change a tire or something simple I know how to do. So, you know, I've helped like that, and it's nice that they're like, "Oh, here's a couple bucks, buy yourself a beer." That's cool. But they don't have to do it. I helped, and I'm just going to drive away either way. I'm not going to take the tire off, you know, if you don't give me a couple dollars. Like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
I don't want to ask you the question now. You can fuck off.
Good. Fuck you, Batman.
Yeah, fuck you.
Today's not the day, sir. Today is not the day.
Yeah, right there.
And you.
Because he's Batman.
That's right.
Laugh it up. MC's not the only one that can throw space rock.
Fucking hell. He starts talking and he just opens his fucking mouth. You think it was his stream.
Unfortunately, I do have to head. My voice is going a bit too much now, guys. So thank you for having me on the stream. And thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's cool. I just want to finish what I'm saying, mate. Then it's all yours, I promise. Okay. Thank you for coming on the stream and giving me your opinions. This may actually mean I don't just decide to stop following society's norms and go back to what I consider acceptable. But it's fucking close.
You sound a lot better there, Jensen.
Cheers, dude. You guys look after yourselves.
Just continue to do what the Queen taught you to do, mate.
Take it easy, Jensen.
Be well, mate.
All right.
Yep.
Bye-bye, guys. I'm sorry I can't stay for the whole thing, though. Okay? Bye-bye.
Toodles.
Oh, Vardy, I just had this impression of you stopping there by the road to help somebody who turns out to be just like the kind of guy you described, and then just after you fix what's wrong with his car, they keep going on, you break the car again, fuck off. I've heard that kind of thing happening before.
Nah, it's more of a case that if I can't get them moving, I'll try and help them like do something to get it moving. Like the other day, right? There was a caravan had a blown out wheel, and they were like in a really fucking precarious spot. Now they'd already changed the wheel, but it was still sort of a bit flat. And they were trying to get the compressor going, and it's like, right, well, even though I've got my flashing lights and this, traffic's still fucking moving past us. So you're in a bit of a precarious spot. There's a little place just a couple of 100 yards up the road there. You pull in there, and I'll help you with your compressor. Oh, yeah, good idea.
Well, that's also like knowledge of the road.
Why help the caravanners out? You should just let them die.
One thing that gets me is Matt there saying he doesn't know anything about cars. What the hell is he driving for?
Yeah, but you see, while the caravan's there, they might hurt other car drivers, you see.
Yeah.
And they're causing the tailbacks and the traffic jams and all that shit.
Besides that, caravans are usually driven by gypsies, and he didn't want to get cursed.
What?
No. Shot.
No, that's why you fix Temma's tires, so then she will bless you.
Emma is not a gypsy.
I thought she was.
I shall tell her you called her that.
Oh, did I misperson her again? I did.
I'd so laugh if Dodge was still trying to yell over the top of us.
Oh.
Dodge just out to wind us up.
No, he's putting in the pizza rolls. That's fine. He'll be right back.
Does anybody want any pizza rolls?
Is that what you crazy kids call it these days?
Yeah. What else would you put in your mouth?
Not answering that one.
I'm just wondering if I'm allowed to talk yet, Batman.
No, you're not.
Okay, fuck off.
Jens is not here. We've lost our purpose.
Not yet, Dodge.
We lost our conscience.
Yeah, god damn it. All right, so here's the fucking thing, Batman. You go out and you rescue, some chick from, Joker. Do you expect anything in return?
Have you seen his movies? Of course he does.
Hold on. How hot is this chick?
It's not Anita Sarkeesian, that's for sure.
Oh, fucking hell, that could be anybody. It was Anita Sarkeesian, I just put on a different costume and join in the Joker's fun.
What? No, she's a lovely young lady, and she had a point.
And you see, everybody doesn't get the whole thing with Anita Sarkeesian. Yeah, you can still fuck her. You just got to bound her, gag her, and fucking blindfold the bitch first.
No, only if it's consensual.
That's what Gimp Master for.
What?
Yeah, but look at Anita Sarkeesian. A Gimp Master's not going to fucking do it. There's not going to be enough material to cover that huge fucking hooter.
No, that's why you cut the hooter off.
What?
You need a chainsaw.
What?
No, just thermite the face and burn it off.
I think she's a lovely young woman. And MC, please do not direct your thermite anywhere near Miss Sarkeesian.
Memes, are your fucking eyes broken?
Memes wants to fuck her. Memes wants to fuck her.
I want to fuck her.
Memes, are you legally blind by any chance?
Memes is still preoccupied with Base Mama, right, Memes?
She's a lovely woman who made some poor choices.
So you're into leather then, Memes?
What? I
By
like leather.
I mean grannies.
What?
Listen, we know
age is a social construct.
We know it's in Anita Sarkeesian's future when she comes to the new ex-Mrs. Memes. She's going to be manacled down in the basement with a gate between her and a cat.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, would you come to our wedding?
No.
How much booze is going to be there?
Hey, what, dude? I'm ordained. I'll fucking perform this ceremony.
Is dowry still a thing?
Yeah, the quick impersonation of me having sex with Anita Sarkeesian.
What?
Yeah.
Elmer Fudd?
What the hell are you on, Memes?
Elmer Fudd, that's the sound he makes when he's shooting Bugs Bunny.
He never shot Bugs Bunny.
No, he tried to. He attempted it. There were many attempts made on that rabbit.
Yeah,
he
but
did kill Bugs Bunny once.
Yeah, but he didn't use a pump-action shotgun.
No, he used a Spirit Magic helmet.
No, he's got one of those silly hunter hats. It actually looks pretty comfy. I wonder how it stays up like that. It must use a lot of starch. Mad Dodge, yes.
Thanks. Is this why how you never got beaten up at school? You just started.
People hit me, but then one kid re-broke his arm on my head. They stopped the boxing match before because it was going to reach the point where damage was going to actually be done, and then I'd have to defend myself. And you don't want to hurt anyone else.
So that explains things. You got a head like a rock because you're retarded.
My grandfather was known for having a very thick skull.
Memes, he re-broke his arm because you were wearing the helmet, huh?
No, not then. That was later.
Before or after you got off the Sunshine Variety Bus?
No, it was at practice.
No, I don't think Memes is retarded. I think he's a master of that rare and ancient art of confused food.
Nah, Icky Thump.
I thought that was a Jackie Chan movie.
You've got to be Yorkshireman to be able to do that.
Wait. What?
Brown.
Never mind.
Oh. Well, maybe.
No, only with a hammer.
Oh. Well, I got a screw gun.
That's not going to work on a Wednesday.
Well, I can change the bit.
But if you change the bit, then it'll be an elephant.
Oh. Well, then just get a router.
No. If you get a router, you're going to end up with a carpet.
Well, that's fine. We can rent a forklift.
That's not a bad idea, but what we're going to do about the tap dancing wheel?
Oh, well, we'll contract that out.
Fair enough, but do you think MC's still going to wear the balloon pants?
Well, it depends on how far you view the Mueller report.
That's not gonna. It's not gonna be wearing the
Oh
pants,
God,
right?
that's a perfect idea. Memes we get MC to put on.
MC, if we can crowdfund this, what is your price?
we get MC to wear his old rapping outfit, you know, with the parachute pants and everything.
I've never had parachute pants, and I'm not about to get any anytime soon.
And we get the
crowdfunding. Former member of intelligence agency. Busting a groove. I think we could get at least 10 grand.
The word is break the groove, and I'll be breaking it all right. It'll be horrible. People's eyes will be screaming.
Can't see this.
Guys.
Can't see this.
We get MC to put on his costume. We get the Mueller report rewritten so that he can rap it easy enough, and then we get him on stage.
You guys have delusions of grandeur.
Well, we've got delusions, that's for sure.
So, did you guys hear Styx broke his laptop? That sucks.
Didn't he do that like 6 months ago?
I don't know. I just know it happened today, and he's now crowdfunding for like a $2,000.
I saw that. I wasn't sure if that was like an old video or it looked like it was newer.
So he's done it again.
Yeah. He I guess kicked the power cord and it fell and hit a rock or something. Why is there rocks in your house? Never mind. I don't care.
What's the Middle Eastern country doing in your house?
I mean, you would think though that he could probably afford his own laptop. Just throwing that out there.
If you'd said it slightly different, I would have said, "What's the rest of turned actor doing in his house?" No, confused him.
Well, to be fair, it's like, yes, he may have money coming in, but it's like you also don't necessarily know like where his money going if he's helping anyone else out. Because here's the thing, dude, he might be helping out a bunch of other folks on Patreon as well.
Well, he's helping out Trixie Latus and Bubbles Flanagan, the two whores at the corner.
Well, I mean, that's each their own.
He also might have a lot of overheads. Yeah, just saying.
Well, no, Memes. So that's something he said is he has actually loaned a couple people money. I don't know. He just brought it up and moved on quickly. But yeah, that kind of sounds like that's what happened. And tax day was 4 days ago.
Well, also the thing is, you got to remember, he is also running an independent business, so he's got the self-ownership like business tax as well, because you don't have the corporate side paying that. But I mean, to be fair, I mean, at one point, I think when what was it? Kilroy was still kind of like an exciting thing for many people on this side of the internet. It seemed like a good idea. Sticks at one point when the thing started to go down, he even had a hangout. He's like, dude, I mean, if we actually want to do something like this, which seems like a decent idea, it's like I'll help out with some of the funding and stuff like that. So I mean, he said it. I mean, again, I'm not sure if you could verify, but it sounds something like well within his character. So
No, I never said there's anything wrong with him trying to crowdfund it. I just, I figured he wouldn't need to, but whatever. It's none of my business.
I think David Cassidy is entirely to blame for this.
who?
David Cassidy.
Oh, I thought it was Dave Pacman.
No, definitely David Cassidy.
Is he the Sundance Kid?
No, he was Keith Partridge.
Oh,
Means doesn't know what I'm on about.
well, I have an apple.
Yeah.
No, Aunt Jack, I do not know how much tax you have to pay in Vermont. I've never gone to Vermont. I've never lived in Vermont. I have no clue.
Hey, what's going on, Ryan Cole? But
Yes, but if me and Memes have our ways, going Mad Dodger's going to wake up confused and naked in the middle of Vermont.
oh, well, I mean, if he wants to go there, I mean, I've told him there's definitely some decent work up here.
If he wants to go there, that's when we don't send him.
He's not in the middle of Vermont. He's more towards the southern part of the Clone Key state.
Are you sure?
Dude, I don't live that far from Styx, man. He's probably only like a couple hours or so. That's why I'm like, well, dude, if you wanted to do like a StyxCon or something freaking like that up here in the greater Boston, Manchester, or anything, or freaking, it's really not that far away. I mean, he's kind of like a hermit.
I was about Styx. I was on about Dodge.
Oh, well, he's kind of a hermit too.
No, he's a
I mean, he
gypsy.
can't leave. Well,
And you're coming out here in June, you said, Memes? Right?
Oh, hold on, Memes. Are you calling Dodge a hermit because he's got a scraggly beard?
what? I'm saying because he lives out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, I thought it was because he had a scraggly beard and he dresses in robes and stuff.
Well, I thought he was surrounded by trees and all the population center was farther away.
I don't
cool.
even own a robe. Wait a minute.
You don't need a robe. Just be like Master Orochi. Some board shirts and a Hawaiian shirt, and you're fine.
Nah, I use button-ups, man.
I thought he was more like an overly tall version of Mr. Miyagi, but without the karate.
Nah, with the karate, man. Fucking
No, definitely without the karate.
Has
Use
anybody
some
seen the
jujitsu.
new Cobra Kai? I haven't seen it yet.
No.
I watched
No.
the first episode. It was good.
Oh, have any of you not seen the interview with I forget who the black guy is, but it's got Chris Hemsworth and Brie Larson in the interview as well.
And Don Cheadle.
Thank you, Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
All the way through it, she is taking every opportunity she can to be a bitch to Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, have you seen the one she did with Jeremy Renner when he got his swipe in and she couldn't do shit?
Yeah, because I've noticed everybody when they're sitting there, their body language isn't particularly giving off any friendly vibes towards her. I mean, Cheadle was sitting leaning away from her. So was the other guy you mentioned, Rima.
Well, you don't have to like a man to use a man. One simply needs to know a man.
They're fucking. It's come out that most of the cast don't get along with her, and then she's even come out in an interview saying, "Oh, there's a lot of people to hate in 3 movies."
But I honestly think if they wanted a female standalone movie, it should have either been a Black Widow or a Scarlet Witch.
No, they're trying to fucking push this bitch on everybody, but they've also come to realise too, because there's rumours running around. They've done a lot of reshoots. Yeah, done a lot of reshoots. They're writing her out and they're cutting their losses and all this because no cunt wants to get along with her.
It's still made $1 billion.
So what? Most
films
do.
Yeah, but fucking Terminator 2 would have made $1 billion if you adjust for inflation.
Oh, would it?
Yeah.
Well, it probably has since then. Maybe.
I mean, you've seen Elizabeth Olsen interviewed. And she just comes across as a very likable person.
Yeah.
And I can't get over the fact that she's related to the Olsen twins because they're weird as fuck, and she isn't.
Was she in TV from a time where she was basically just a baby?
Probably. I'm not sure. But you get other people who've been in TV from the time since they were a baby who are not weird.
Yeah, bloody Adam Savage from fucking Mythbusters. He started acting young.
Wasn't he?
And find me some cunt who doesn't like him.
What wasn't he? Kevin Arnold in the Wonder Years.
Fred Savage.
Yeah, that was Fred
yeah.
Savage. And Ben Savage was in Boy Meets World, which is what I watched growing up. I also saw Wonder Years, of course. Rerun.
What would you do if I sang out of tune?
I'd throw a fucking brick.
Oh, Buck Stamper did that too.
Oh, there's only one answer. I'll do if you sung out of tune means.
Miss me. Now you gotta kiss me.
Hello, Akbar!
Get out my head. Hey, means if you touch me, I want to go one thing to say.
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape!
Play The Martian. I know you have it.
Well, no, and I'll be right back, guys. The kid's crying outside on the porch. I have to go real quick. I'll be right back.
I'm a gypsy.
There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
Just for you.
Where's the kaboom?
Yeah. Well, that was The Martian.
Hold on. I do have Martians. Yes.
That would be weird, wouldn't it? We actually found alien life and it was just like, and they were just like Marvin the Martian.
I actually have something, and I tweeted this to NASA last night. I found decades old footage of something that may aid us in discovering life on Mars.
Oh God! What?
Continue speaking words.
No, we want to hear what it was.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'll have to show you then.
Yes, you will.
Share. Oh wait, this thing. Yay, Martians.
Means you idiot. They're not Martians.
What? No, they say they are.
They're
They're
Venusian.
Muppets, you Muppet.
This is beautiful. Zip, zip, zip.
No,
They're confusing.
Dude.
All right, yeah, I should stop this. Yeah, it is PBS.
Yep.
Wait, hold on. Can PBS sue us?
Yep.
Can they copyright strike? I thought it was public broadcasting brought to people like us that haven't donated.
Yeah, I don't know. But Sesame Street's now owned by HBO, actually.
I thought it was owned by Disney.
No, HBO bought it.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's why they had the Game of Thrones thing on Twitter.
If you guys get a chance, just watch this video. I watched it like 3 or 4 times last night. It was just so relaxing and it brought me back. Just such simple things. Just a talking puppet can put people at ease.
Well, you mean like Ahmed, the dead terrorist?
Well, either that or Mr. Rogers.
Puppets are evil, and everybody knows it.
Mad Dodge is a puppet.
All right. So, do we have anything else we want to talk about, or should we wrap it up a little bit early tonight?
Well, just on fucking bloody Ahmed the mad terrorist. Fucking I just watched Gabriel Iglesias fucking spiel where he went to Saudi Arabia and they're going, "Oh, you're number 2 fucking comedian in all of Middle East." And he's like, "Yeah, but who's the number 1?" It's like, "Jeff Dunham." Bullshit! No, I'll kill you.
Hark not behind!
All right. Well, on that note, thank everybody for coming out. We'll be back tomorrow, and then Sunday, right after Game of Thrones, I will have the live reaction to Game of Thrones. It should be fun. It went really well last weekend. I hope it'll go well again this weekend. Good night, everybody. Good luck. And yeah, rebuild Notre Dame. Come on now.
Don't support the Dodgers.
Batman?
Yes.
It hasn't been a week yet. We're out of here. Later.
That wasn't an insult.